What's up? It's the Game Bastard. After a short break, a birthed beard, a rearranged game room, I'm back, and I've got a shitload of games in front of me here. Plus tonight you get to watch me butcher the Japanese language, as I don't speak Japanese, and I've got a bunch of Japanese games over here. In fact, I had to translate them, so it's going to be rough. So feel free to laugh at me, correct me, threaten me, whatever you need to do. We're going to do American released Nintendo stuff, then Japanese released Nintendo stuff, then American released Sega stuff, then Japanese released Sega stuff. I think that's probably the best way to go about this. So let's start from the start here. And the rarity of the bunch is going to be Power Blade 2. It's got some character with the stickers on here, but it's actually a cool game. Kind of like Ninja Gaiden. I don't know why it's so rare, but it is. Next up we got the Battle of Olympus. I haven't played it, don't know anything about it. It's there, it was cheap and I got it. Then we got one of these funky Codemaster games that's silver. It might be faded, might have been gold. It's got that switch on the back if you're familiar with it. Micro Machines had that, and there's a Fantastic Adventures of Dizzy. You're supposed to switch it if the game doesn't work in one position, and I don't exactly know how it works. This one I actually wanted for a while, and it's not real rare, but I just hadn't come across it in the wild. This is Little Nemo, the Dream Master. This is based off the Japanese movie that was based on a comic strip that's like a century old. It's a really cool game and an excellent, excellent film. If you ever get the chance to watch it, do yourself a favor and check it out. Next up we got some real addictive puzzle games that I actually hadn't played until very recently. The Adventures of Lolo, Adventures of Lolo 2 if I don't drop it, and The Adventures of Lolo 3, which has got some graffiti on it, but I think I can clean that up. And next up we have Bible Adventures. This is one of those unlicensed Wisdom Tree Christian games. It's fucking awful, and I don't know why anybody would actually buy this. Well, I do, because it's wholesome and good or whatever, but it's really awful. So God wasn't on their side, apparently. They were worshipping the wrong God. You know, Odin was like, fuck you, I'm not going to make a shitty video game. Next up, we've got the, what is this, fucking Conquest of the Crystal Palace. I haven't played it and don't know anything about it. It was cheap, and I bought it. Let's see. Let's put these back over here. Got a bunch of boxed Nintendo games. Starting off with Captain America and the Avengers. I'm not a big comic book guy, so I don't know much about the world that this is based in, but it's probably cool. It's in good shape, and apparently it's hard to get your hands on, so I'm happy to have it. Marble Madness. I remember playing this game when I was a little kid, having a lot of fun with it, and I'm glad that I acquired it. Next we have some of the most notoriously hard games. These, I think they're hard. Some people say, oh, they're really not that hard, but I don't really care what you think. Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden 2. A buddy of mine and I stayed up all night trying to beat this game one night, and it didn't happen. We got about halfway through it, and we just said, fuck it, there's no way we're getting any further. Next up is Round Ball. Again, this is supposed to be a rare game. I never heard of it, and it's fucking basketball, so I don't really care. And last but not least, Ninja Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project. And I haven't played this game, but that's all three of the main titles, of at least of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. So probably fun. 2 was great. I liked that a lot. First one was tough. It was kind of mundane. Let's see. Super Nintendo. I got a couple Super Nintendo games. Breath of Fire and Breath of Fire 2. And I've only played the third one, and I really liked it, so I'm excited to, get into that. Let's see. Let's do, how about Nintendo 64? I'm sorry, I got stuff all over this table, so I'm going to be leaning over a lot. You'll have to forgive me. I'm a one-man crew here. Let's see. This F-Zero X, just picked it up to pick it up. Glover. I bought this game because apparently this is one of the few games that my girlfriend will actually play. So I bought it for her, so we could actually play video games together, because that would mean the world to me. Donkey Kong 64. because it's Donkey Kong. This is actually kind of an important game. This is Doom 64. This completes my Doom console collection. Although it's really not Doom, but I considered it at least. I know there's a couple handhelds, but they're not consoles, so I'm not counting them. That's everything. That's 3DO, 3DO, Super Nintendo, Sega Saturn, 32X, Jaguar, PlayStation, and I'm missing something, I think. If not, I'm not. But it's there. Yeah, that's why I should have taken another case. Castlevania Legacy. Legacy of Darkness. It's freaking 11 o'clock at night right now. Sunday, I'm a little out of it. This is actually a pretty cool game. It's Castlevania, and I'm a big Castlevania fan, so I was happy about that. This I was happy to get. Cool. Ogre Battle 64. This is complete. It's boxed. I love Ogre Battle 64. This is probably, it's one of my top 3 favorite games of the N64 library, at least. And apparently the box is hard to get your hands on, so sweet, got that one. And it's Atlas. Love you, Atlas. I'm gonna marry Atlas someday. Someday me and Atlas will be together. And it'll be a beautiful thing. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, I got a Game Shark. This is a 2.0 Game Shark. My other one fucking got locked out, by the way, and I gotta do a dump, so I gotta get my... No, I can do like a... You gotta dump the files, not like I have to poop. Like, you have to dump the files off it on the computer, so I gotta get some cord to do it. Because that's the 3.3, it's got the jack in the back of the parallel port. Let's do... How about Game Boy? Start out here. My sister was cleaning her room and found this. Rampage. She gave it to me. Thank you, Allison. And here's another one. This, and I got Spirit Tracks in this pile, too. I'll have to... Uh-oh. Spoiler alert. This and Spirit Tracks completes my Zelda collection. That's everything minus the CDI games, because we just like to pretend that those don't exist. At least I do. So I don't count them, because, they're fucking atrocious. Next up is Mega Man for Game Boy. This is a dime a dozen. I got this at a thrift store, I think. You probably have a copy at your house. Oh, you don't? You don't think you do? Yeah, you do. It's in there. It's in your basement somewhere. And this one I was happy to get. Pokemon Blue! I don't know why I said it like that. It's 11 o'clock at night. Pokemon Blue. I think what happened with this game is that that the original seal got busted and they resealed it, and I opened it. Ha! I thought it was just a real seal. There wasn't the H seam in the back, and there was some excess plastic on the top. And when I opened this thing up, it was crisp and clean. It still had the plastic on the cartridge. There was no save games on the card itself, so I don't know. It's not the end of the world. But it kind of bummed me out if that was a reseal. I don't know if that makes it worth anymore. And honestly, I don't collect for money. I collect because I love video games. And if something's worth something, that's cool. But, if it's hard to get your hands on, then that makes it more appealing to me. So I can archive it and hold on to it forever and ever. Oh god, I'm dropping stuff. I got a couple Game Boy Advance games. Let's start here. Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. Again, 11 o'clock. It's Castlevania. I really like these. I like all the Metroidvania, or whatever people call them. The clones of Symphony of the Night, which is, again, one of my favorite games of all time. So, cool title. A couple more Pokemon games. Complete, very pretty copy of Sapphire, and a nice copy of Leaf Green. So, glad to call those mine. And I've got some DS stuff. These got released recently, and I was very pleased. Pokemon Black and White 2. I've only played this one. I haven't got very far. I've only got like 3 badges. But it's really fun. I really like it a lot. Pearl. I heard this is the best for the DS, but I haven't played it yet, so we'll see what happens. This I picked up some kid. He was like walking into GameStop with a bunch of games, and I'm like, hey, I think that's how I got this. I picked up so much shit, I don't even remember. But this is Mega Man ZX. I think I paid like $1 or $2 for it. Spirit Tracks, you already know I have that. I ruined that surprise for you, sorry. Golden Sun, Dark Dawn. I really like the Golden Sun series, so I haven't touched this one yet, but I'm sure I'm going to like it. Some 3DS stuff. We have Spirit Camera, part of the Fatal Frame series, and it uses the DS, the 3DS camera. It actually, you take a picture of your roamer. It's actually real time, and like little ghosts pop up like in my basement is where I am. So it's really cool. I liked what they did with that. And then we have Harvest Moon 3D Tales of Two Towns, and I haven't even opened this yet. But I love the Harvest Moon games. They're a lot of fun. Although they kind of put me to sleep after a while. So it's a nice game to play like right before you're about to go to bed, which is where I am right now. Okay, we get to do some Japanese stuff now. I think that's all the Nintendo. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's go back in time here. For the Nintendo Famicom, they released an accessory, or an add-on, or whatever you want to call it, called the Disk System. And it used something very similar to 3.5 floppy disks. And I don't actually own one, but this got in my hands and I had to have it. I need my notebook. I need my notebook so I can translate this. It's called Marchun Veil. Yeah, there it is. And it came with a little book. There's a little book. It's a little dude. These discs, I'll pull it out here so if you've never seen one of these, you can see what it looks like. It just really looks a lot like a 3.5 disc, and it's got Nintendo stamped on the bottom there, which is kind of cool. So I like the look of this. It's just it feels nice. I don't know. I'm kind of weird about that. Let's get into what I got a Famicom. Oh, I got a Super Famicom. I have a Famicom. I got a Super Famicom. Picked this thing up, and I picked up some games for it. And some of these are real simple to pronounce. I've got, this is Super Romancing of the Three Kingdoms. I know what this is. This is the third and fourth game in the series as well. Dungeon Master. I don't know that game, but I think there was a US release of it, but I've never played it. Sword World, again, I don't know it, but I'll sit and play it here. Populous, I know Populous. Populous is a great game. Wizardry. I actually like the Wizardry games, but they're a little over. They can get boring after a while. Draken, I definitely know this game. It's a cool game. And then these two. Again, forgive me. This is Drift King Shuduku Battle 64. Or 94. 1994. And this is Pachio-kun. It's like a casino game. But I don't understand Japanese casino games, so it was... my buddy was playing it, and it was kind of humorous to watch him struggle through going, what the fuck is going on? And I've got this thing. This little guy. It's a super adapter on here. And what I thought it was when I first bought it was an adapter so you could stick it in your American Super Nintendo and play Japanese Super Famicom games. But it's actually the other way around. You put this in your Japanese or the Super Famicom and you can play American releases. So, kind of a neat deal, I guess. And I got some 64 games. These are actually pretty easy to deal with here. Pokemon Stadium 64. There you go, you can see a little bit better there. I should really be holding these up close to the camera, but I'm just trying to speed through this. Mario Kart 64 and Extreme G, which is actually kind of a fun game. And I've got These are a little beat up, but whatever. They are what they are. This is Super Robot Tensin 64. I guess it's a pretty popular series. I've never played it. I think there's one for the DS that came out, but so, you know, please don't kill me because I've never heard of them before. There's hundreds of thousands of games out there. I can't know every single one. Or can I? Well, I hope to. If I could be a living archivist, know every single game out there, I would, well, I could probably make money on that. I don't know. I'm not trying to make money off this. Zelda Ocarina of Time, the Japanese version. And I like this box art. This is really cool. I don't know why the hell they didn't do this over here. I mean, I like the Zelda box art over here, but this is just so much doper. And I use the word dope. And I also got the Japanese game guide, which makes absolutely no difference to me because it's all in freaking Japanese. Okay, back to some good old American talk. Genesis. Oh, you Sega nerds are gonna love this stuff here. I picked up the original Genesis here, and this is actually the first time I remember ever seeing high definition anywhere. But I don't own this version, I own the second release. So, let's see, where are all my Genesis games here? Here we go. I got this at the thrift store for a couple bucks. 6-pack. It's got Sonic and Streets of Rage and Golden Axe and a bunch of games. So whatever. That was pretty cool. I got Double Dragon 4. This is the fighting game that they came out with, and it's kind of clunky, but it's fun to relive that. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. I had some fucking Mortal Kombat. Can't go wrong. I've got Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition and Super Street Fighter 2 for the Genesis. This game, I remember renting when I was a kid and liking it a lot, and I sat down and I played it a bit, and it's hard, but I like it a lot still. Zero Tolerance. It's a first-person shooter, and it takes a second to get used to the controls, but once you do, it's pretty dope. And last but not least, this is Wolverine. Some sort of metal rage. Yeah, again, not a comic book guy, so sorry. I don't not like comic books, I just never got into them. And let's see, some 32X stuff. Just a couple games. Nothing. Come on. BC Racers. This isn't sealed, by the way, so let me cut the top off this game. It's pretty beat up, but I kind of remember playing this and liking it, but I don't really recall. So, and Tough Man Contest, and I love this fucking cover. That's that guy, I think his name's Butterbean or Butterball or something. Again, I'm not a sports guy either. What do I like? I like video games and metal. That's what I listen to. This cover is great. Game Gear, again, my sister cleaning her room found this Lion King for Game Gear. So thank you, Allison. Throw those over there. Couple Dreamcast titles. Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I guess this is one of the harder Dreamcast games to acquire, but I don't know that much about the Dreamcast and their rarity. I love the Dreamcast, don't get me wrong, I shouldn't say that. I don't know how rare certain games are, so. And this I had heard of, but I never played until very recently, and I really like this game, Shenmue. I think I'm saying it right. And yeah, like it's kind of an open world game. Play it. Just play it. It's hard to explain. Just play it. Oh, now we've got some fun. I've got a fucking stack of Japanese Sega Saturn games here. And when I say a stack, I'm going to try to pick these all up in one. This is a stack of Sega Saturn games. And the first one, the very first one, I was giddy to get. I am a huge fan of the Shin Megami Tensei series. and I'm trying to collect everything. I'm pretty damn close on the American releases. I'm starting to get my hands on the Japanese stuff. I just ordered If for the Super Famicom, nice box copy from Japan, which I ended up paying like $8 shipping, and like it's going to take a month to get here. But it's coming from Japan, and that made me happy for some reason. But this is Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner. I know it's all Moonspeak on the front there, but believe me, that's what it says. Cool. I actually can't play these games just yet. I had to order an action replay to play these on my American Saturn, which I don't know if it's legal or not, so I'm sorry, Sega. I'll buy a Japanese version if you really want me to. Next up is a game called Clockworks. Is that what this one's called? I'm just going to set this in my lap here and just pull it off the top. I have no idea what this game's about, but if you look on the back, one of these things is not like the other. What is this fucking white dude doing on the back of this game, and what the hell is he saying? I was very perplexed when I saw that. Oh, this game looks like so much fun. I know what it is. It's a quiz game, but just look at this cover. Look at that cover. Tell me that does not scream awesome. This game's called, again, me English, Bakusho, 2 exclamation marks, Bakusho! All Yoshimoto Quiz U Kasisen DX. Why you have to have such fucking long names, I don't know, but I don't care. It's amazing. This game, don't know what it is, but it's got a really cool cover. This is called Tengai, Makyu Dayan no Moko Shiroku, or something. I'm gonna call it Cross Game. Whoa, don't know. Let's open it up. Again, this is Elf Wo Karo Monotachi. This game actually looks cool. This cover, God, I just can't get over these covers. They're just amazing. Like, we do not get artwork this bitchin' in America. Momotaro Duchuki or something. That was really bad. I think that one's off. I'm starting not to even be able to read my handwriting because I was getting upset. Again, sweet cover. This one's in English. Shining the Holy Ark. Cool game, I think. I'm assuming it's very similar to what I've played before. Lunar, Silver Star Story. Fighting Vipers, which I'm assuming is a fighting game. This one. Panzer Dragoon 2. Woo motherfucking who. That wasn't sarcastic, I was happy about that. Shining Force 3. Very cool. Sakura Wars. This is probably my favorite cover of the whole. Now, this and that one with the tank and stuff are probably my 2 favorite cover arts of this. I like that a lot. SimCity 2000. For once, I've got an American import and Japanese coming back to America now. World Advanced. I couldn't figure out who made this game actually, but it looks like something Koei would make, like a turn-based text, board strategy. Sega Rally Championship is up next, and yes, fucking Into Dreams, beautiful, beautiful. Afterburner 2. This, I don't know if there's more to it or not, but it's called Blazing Tornado! It's a wrestling game. And last but not least, we have Command & Conquer. Again, I have an American import coming back to America. And that's, yeah, that's all my Japanese stuff, I think. Yeah, that's all my Japanese stuff. So you don't have to sit and watch me fucking try to butcher that language anymore. Before we move on to PlayStation, I got a ton of PC games from a buddy of mine, and I didn't pull them all out because there's a lot of stuff, and it's like all the Dooms and all the Unreal Tournaments and all the Quakes, and there's some really cool stuff in there. So I might do a whole other episode, but I did want to pull one thing out. This is not, I didn't get it from him. I picked this up, but I got myself a nice copy of Leisure Suit Larry 5. Like, back in the day, I'm going to give you little kids a little history lesson here. Back in the day, PC games used to look like this. They were fucking humongous. And this, it's still got like the wrapping on the bottom. It's not on the top layer, like you can fucking tell. But this is a very nice, clean copy here. It's got everything, but this is the 5.25 disc version. So, back when your mommies and daddies were fucking trying to make you, they were also using these fucking discs. Here, I'll get it out of the black. They were using these discs to, you know, play games, like Leisure Suit Larry, so they could get horny and, you know, probably getting drunk at the same time, so they have to fuck your ugly mother. I'm sorry. Your mother's probably actually really hot. You should give her my number. It's got all the little odds and ends. This little cool thing. It's called Play Spy. It's like, kind of gives you like, you know, puts you into the world of the game. There's even like a centerfold that's in there. So, yeah, that's great. This is kind of an adult-oriented game if you haven't figured that out by now. Manuals in there, and this was cool. I got sitting and looking through this catalog from, what was this? It doesn't actually say what year this was. But I'm going to say like 91, 92. I think that's when this game came out. So I was looking through this going, oh, King's Quest 5 and all the Quest for Glory stuff. And yeah. There was a time where video games were fun. Did you know that? I didn't. So, I'm going to put this all back nice and neat. And I'm starting to just ramble on now, I'm sorry. But we're almost done. I know, this is a long fucking episode. I've got some PlayStation stuff to get through. I got a couple other odds and ends. We'll talk about a couple Steam games I got. Oh. I should probably have grabbed this. I was going through the Nintendo stuff. Sorry. Backtrack for a second. The Pokemon Black and White 2 Collector's Edition game guide. My fucking cat is meowing by the door. He's like, come on, I want to hang out with you, buddy. What's going on down there? He's like my best friend. He follows me around like a dog, and when I kick him out, he like throws a fit. Okay, let's do PlayStation. Let's talk about a couple other odds and ends, and then I'm going to bed. So let's do a couple PlayStation 3. Let's just get these out of the way. This. I don't want to talk about this. But I will say that it did come with Resident Evil Director's Cut, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 4, HD, Resident Evil 5, Gold Edition, and obviously Resident Evil 6. And we're going to just not talk about that. I've got Persona 4 Arena. This is the pre-order edition that came with the soundtrack, and I haven't opened it yet, and I'm having trouble. I've had this game for like a month now, and I'm like, do I just buy another copy and leave this one sealed? Is it really worth anything? I don't know. It's so hard, like, you know, when you buy games from like GameStop and shit, they open everything. So when you get a game that's actually sealed, you go, ooh, I got a sealed game now. So, I don't know. It's fucking all up here. Wizardry, Tale of the Forsaken Land. I haven't played it yet. Probably cool. My buddy Tyler hooked me up with some games here. Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. This looks like a fighting game, like a Super Smash Brothers type game. Midnight Club Dub Remix something or other. Who gives a shit? It's a driving game, but thank you for the offer, anyways. And this was cool. The Hitman trilogy. All these, and I got a bunch of Atlas games in front of me because Atlas is fucking awesome as far as I'm concerned. We all know how much I love Atlas. You didn't know how much I love Atlas? Let me tell you how much I love Atlas. I would take a bullet for Atlas. Yeah, a bullet. A real bullet. Like, oh no, Atlas. I know, it's like a corporate entity, but I jump in front of the sign or something. I'm kind of working backwards here. Let's start with the oddball of the bunch. Oh, I got one more Japanese game I have to do. This is part of the Shin Megami Tensei. In fact, all these are Shin Megami Tensei games. This is, I guess, the hardest, the rarest of the bunch. This is Reido Kuzu Noha versus the Soulless Army. I fucking tried. I haven't touched it yet, but we'll get into it because, you know, I can only play so many games at a certain time. Digital Devil Saga, the first one. And, oh, by the way, I should note this. These are all complete. There is a manual in there. This has got... Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this one had a soundtrack. This one doesn't have a soundtrack. The other ones, though, do. This has got everything in there. I also got Digital Devil Saga 2. Fucking light. This is sealed still, so I'll have to find myself an open copy. I also got the pre-order soundtrack for it as well, and that is sealed, as you can see, or hopefully you can see. I own a sealed copy of Nocturne, but I bought a open copy of Nocturne here, so I started playing this, and it's pretty sweet so far. And this is the game that has been... Oh, this has got... I should probably show you this too. This has got the soundtrack. This is everything. Oh, complete. Apparently that soundtrack is really tough to find too. So, but I was happy to get it. This, on the other hand, the disc is actually in my PlayStation right now because I've been playing this. This is... Oh my god, it is so good. Persona 4, and this has got the soundtrack in there, but the disc is actually in my PlayStation 2 right now. I don't play a ton of RPGs. I play them and I like them, but once it gets to a point where it's so grindy, I just lose interest in them. And that's what happened with 3. I kind of lost interest. This, on the other hand, is just... I'm about quarter way through it, and I've loved every second of it. It is just perfect. As far as like something for me, probably my favorite RPG I've ever played so far. I haven't finished it yet, so I can't say that for sure. Because I do love me some Chrono Trigger. I do love me some Final Fantasy games. There's a lot of RPGs that I could sit and talk about, but Pokemon. I have a huge issue with random encounters, though. I just get so fucking sick of them. Where this at least is like the Chrono Trigger type deal, or Grandia was the same way, where you saw what you were going after, so you could avoid it if you needed to, instead of walking 2 feet, getting attacked, getting fucked up, and then trying to get back to a place where you can get some potions or whatever, and then getting attacked like 8 more times on the way back, and it just I hate that. I'm not good at it, so I don't think it works for some people, but it doesn't work for me. So anyways, if you find this game, buy it, play it. It's great. It's different. It's very, very different. You know, you're a kid, you're in high school, and you have to kind of balance your social life and your heroic life, I guess, that you kind of stumble into. And of course, you have your persona to fight with. You know, persona, woo, yeah. We're getting to the end here. I got a couple soundtracks. These are both Silent Hill soundtracks. This is for the first game, I think. This is original soundtrack. So this, I don't know what this is a soundtrack to. It's Resident Evil 0 is what it says. But I picked it up anyways. And that's about it. I picked up some Steam games. I got XCOM, Enemy Unknown, which I've played a lot of. I love the XCOM games. I love turn-based strategy games. So that's a really cool game. If you get a chance to pick it up, do so. Borderlands 2. I didn't really dig the first one that much. It wasn't a bad game. I just didn't really get into it. But I really like the second one so far, so I might go back and play the first one again. Saints Row the Third, which was on sale about a month ago or so on Steam, and that game is fucking ridiculous. It's everything you want to do in Grand Theft Auto that you can do. I really, really, really like that game. I picked up Doom 3, the BFG edition. It's got the first, it's got all the Dooms on there, and it's all updated, plus an unreleased expansion pack. So, cool. Yeah, it's got updated graphics. It looks really great, and it was fun to play around the Halloween season here, so I was happy about that. I picked up Siberia 1 and 2, an old point-and-click game, not really that old, but a point-and-click game They were pretty cheap. Let's see. I made notes. I usually don't make notes, but I made notes. Oh, see? And I would have forgot one. Torchlight 2. Made by the original Diablo guys. And it's awesome. It's what Diablo 3 should have been. I don't have a whole lot of beef with Diablo 3. I like Diablo 3. But I really, really, really like Torchlight 2. I had a lot of fun with it. So I did it. I got through everything. Oh, see? I didn't get through everything. I'm missing one last little thing here. My buddy John came over and gave this to me, and I smiled. I love this. This is one of those Tiger, pocket or watch game deals. It doesn't have any batteries, but it's this is Batman. So I mean, it's batteries. I'm actually gonna wear this thing. It's probably uncomfortable as shit, but it's cool as hell. So I think that's it. I think I'm done.